What if I told you putting down a small amount of money could make or break your home deal? It's called earnest money, and it shows to the seller that you mean business. But what happens if you back out or they do? Today, we're diving into earnest money, what it is, why it matters, and why it's one of the most important parts of your offer when buying a home. Hi, I'm Dallas Albert, and when it comes to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I don't just know it, I am it. It's literally in my name. Let's navigate the market and find your perfect home. What is earnest money? Let's start simple. What exactly is earnest money? When you make an offer on a home, you make a small deposit called earnest money. It shows good faith to the seller that you're serious about buying this property and your offer. It's like holding your spot while both sides work out the details. Think of it like putting down money on a vacation rental. If you just say, I'll take it, but don't put anything down, the owner has no reason to take it off the market. But with earnest money, the seller knows that you're committed and they stop showing the house to other buyers. In Texas, the earnest money is typically about 1% of the purchase price, but it really depends on how hot your market is. So, for example, if you want to buy a $350,000 property, your earnest money is going to be $3,500, and it has to be paid within 3 days of when the contract is accepted. Now, where does that money go? Now, you're probably thinking, I just sent thousands of dollars. Now, where does it go? Great question. Your earnest money isn't held by a seller. It's actually held by a title company in an escrow account. It just sits there waiting while you go through the option period, inspections, appraisal, and all the nitty-gritty of closing. And here's the best part. If the deal gets closed, then you get all of that earnest money credited back to you at closing. It's not an extra fee. It can go towards your down payment or your closing costs. So you're not losing that money. You're just investing that money to show that you were serious about purchasing that property to the seller. Now, what happens when the deal falls apart? Here is where it gets real. What if it doesn't happen in the way that you wanted it to go? There are a few ways that you can lose your earnest money, and I just want you to know them up front. First, if you back out of the contract after the option period ends and you don't have a valid reason, like financing issues or title issues, you can lose all of your earnest money. Second, if you miss a deadline in the contract, like the financing approval date, the seller might be entitled to keep it. Third, if you just get cold feet and walk away, yeah, you can say goodbye to that earnest money. But this is where you have a great agent like me comes in when it matters the most. I will guide you through the contract, the option period, and all the decision points, so you never get caught off guard. Okay, so how do you protect that earnest money? Now, let me give you 3 ways that you can protect that earnest money. Number 1, use your option period wisely. This is your window to get inspections done and then back out if you need. If you found foundation issues, roof issues, or even just change your mind about wanting to get out, this is the time that you can walk away and lose just your option money, but not your earnest money. Number 2, stay on top of your deadlines. We'll track every important date in your contract, from financing to appraisal, and I'll keep you informed so nothing slips through the cracks. Number 3, work with a hardworking real estate agent. The paperwork, the contingencies, and the communication with the seller's side all matter. I'll help negotiate strong terms and make sure your money stays safe until we close. Okay, so my final thoughts. Earnest money just might feel like another line on the contract, but it plays a major role in your home buying journey. It shows to the seller that you're serious. It locks in your offer and it keeps you moving forward with confidence towards closing. So if you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home in the DFW area or surrounding area, whether it's your first time or your 5th time, let's talk. I'll help you make smart and informed decisions every step of the way. Drop a comment if you learned something new. And if you've had any close calls with earnest money and maybe losing it all, I would love to hear your guys' stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more insider real estate tips and tricks. I'm Dallas Albert, and when it comes to buying in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I've got your back. Until next time, let's go find you that dream home. See you in the next video.